For the second part of applying your eyelet, you will need to prepare your material. This is just a bit of scrap heavyweight patent leather that I am going to show you an example of how to use the hand eyelet press. So you may need to punch a hole. This is really heavyweight, so we could actually get away with applying this eyelet by pulling it down straight into the fabric. So using our side handle here, I've already positioned my washer with the groove laying into the washer placement and the die down here for self-piercing 0, which is our smallest eyelet. And then this is the eyelet which is getting applied. And that is on the upper side and is being able to magnetize or jam onto that die. So here we are going to do an example of direct application first, which is really easy. You would mark on here exactly where you want your eyelet position. You can use pen, pencil, even a gel pen so it wipes off later. And then you can position it in and then use the handle on the side and just slowly pull it down. And you can even wriggle it a bit just so it's sitting flat and apply your eyelet. You don't need to over pull it, because by over pulling it down after you hear it sort of squish the washer and the eyelet, it might risk cutting the actual edge of the fabric. But you can see here, this is where the result is. The next example of application you might use with some normal weight woven fabrics. Consider the movement around the area of the garment. You might need to stabilize it with some fusible interfacing or a stitching box, something to make sure that that strain on the eyelet, if it's getting laced up, or a drawstring, make sure that you do have the suitable reinforcement around that area of the garment. This little eyelet, sort of the cutout, you can just poke out and place that in the scraps, in the bin. So here you have a beautiful eyelet application. The next one we'll do is pre-punch to the hole. So I'm using, you can either use a hand or hand press, a hole punch, or a hammer and a hole punch to give us a pre-punched hole. And making sure that it is either slightly a millimeter smaller than the actual eyelet itself, or perfect size, so that then can get slotted into the right side of the fabric and prepared. But we need to make sure we have a washer on the back for it to be able to hold, not fall out if after application. And here you could actually do the top eyelet and then position the washer in the dye bed and then position the fabric up there. And you would use this second application in most garments because it does reduce the risk of there being puckering around the edge, which you may sometimes get if it was a direct self-piercing. And there are your two examples of how you can apply your eyelets.